welcome to Players in Book, D&D 5e live D&D game. Let's go straight to you, Katie. What you got going on?
I got so much going on tonight. Hello, everybody. I'm Katie Downey, aka your friendly neighborhood goblin Katie. If my sound is a little weird, please let me know. New mic. Appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. Um, we have a bunch of stuff to get through, so I'm going to be as quick as possible. Big shout out to our mods, Strike Red Kite, and the wonderful Billith. We appreciate, we love you. Big mod love. Oh, yay. Thank you for the follow. And let's see. If you are so inclined, we are supported by a wonderful game called Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realm. We are very, very happy to have them here supporting us. And one of the ways they support us is they give us this code so that you can get a free Electrum chest in game. So if you put in Mutnash Toho,
Excuse me.
Mutnash Toho, I think Toho might be another dog.
How dare.
I don't know. So,
There is no
yeah,
dog
go in the
before
game,
Toto.
put in Mutnash Toho, and get yourself a free Electrum chest. Tonight,
Food.
tonight I am playing, who am I playing?
Who are you
Who
playing?
are you?
I am playing Dominique Jameau, otherwise known as Menon. I'm sorry, Menon. And she is a Triton College of Eloquence bard who, yeah, stuff happened. Throwing it to you, Lauren.
I'm Lauren Urban. You can find all the stuff I'm doing at lauren-urban.com. Tonight I'm playing Ferlos, the Tabaxi cleric. We're both she, her, and we're both very well. No, actually, I love Goblin Katie very much, but Ferlos is very angry.
It's gonna get real.
I hope you all are ready for the drama. Hi, I am Latia Jaquise, and you can find everything that I'm doing at my website, latiajaquise.com. You can also know today that I am playing, you can know this, you can have this knowledge, that I am playing Essequa Havenwright, the Dragonborn Blade Singer Wizard. And I have just had some thoughts and musings about Dominique Justified, and I'm feeling pretty happy about that. So we'll see.
Lauren, something is
Yeah.
going on with your sound, apparently.
Oh,
Okay, could
Okay,
you be more
I got sound is weird. Can you describe weird?
You
is it
sound-
what it was doing at the beginning of last episode where it was like
you sound
it was
lower
doubled?
than everybody else, I think.
Okay, let me.
like volume wise or pitch
Volume
wise?
wise.
Oh, okay.
I just turned up my volume for a little bit to see what was going on there.
Hmm.
I mean, and I say this knowing that describing audio issues is always a PETA. Yeah, I'm all the way up in Zoom. I'll check my others, but
In the meantime,
yeah. In the meantime, tell us what we did last week.
well, let's go through our credits. Cartography by Shay and Peku, cartography by Shay and Peku Sci-Fi, maps by Luke Stratton, maps by Eightfold Paper, music by Tabletop Audio, character tokens by Greek 46, custom tokens by Shay and Peku Tokens, overlay art by Pack Stream, ran out of breath just now, custom world map by Freckles Sketches, and um, Jen is probably going to be here in about an hour or so, roughly. She has something that she needed to attend to. And thank you to our moderators, Billith and Strike Red Kite. I will say, let's see. This is episode 20 of Player in Books' first campaign, The Secondhand Souls.
Whoa.
Previously on Players in Book, Divorced from Reality. If you gaze too long into the abyss, dot, 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 Nietzsche.
Wait, what?
The souls find themselves discussing the details of divorce and non disclosure agreements with a fey queen. Along the way, they decide to wait a bit before invoking their favor to assist her in getting her divorce, freeing the pirate with no name to wreak havoc on the seas. During this, the pirate with no name improves the lessons learned, making it faster and stronger than it appears. The souls part with her on good terms and find the trip home much faster than they'd expected due to the improvements. Upon arriving near Avalon, the trickster tries to speak with the soul inside her ring, but no one is home. Realizing what this may mean, the trickster informs the party of her dark past, her true identity, and why she stole that identity in the first place. Just as the ship begins to coast into dock, the trickster suddenly remembers that when she peeked into the hermit's mind, she was subjected to her own worst fears about the real Dominique, which means the hermit probably knows what she knows. It is 2:13 p.m. on Dawn's Day, the 22nd of Dreams. The sun is still up and will be for quite a while. And after receiving a sending spell, the headmaster of the Mystic Mariners Academy is switching some names on some paperwork.
Hey, so I know that we're kind of in the middle of something right now, but I just want to kind of point out something that I'm realizing about this narrator person thing. Entity, the narrator entity that recaps everything in my head.
Yeah.
So you know how I learned the name of our piratey friend? The narrator doesn't know it. Or at least if the narrator knows it, they're not telling me.
Perhaps they, she kind of glances at Ferlos, um, obeying certain rules so as to not piss off this fairy queen.
Maybe. That's all. I mean, I know we were in the middle of something and I didn't mean to like blurt that out in the while we were kind of like dealing with all of this, but
I don't
you
mind the
know,
momentum break.
I don't know when this entity is just going to recap everything. It seems to be very random.
It's okay. It gave me a second to take a few deep breaths so that I don't yell. So, what are we supposed to call you now?
That's a very interesting question.
That's a very bad answer.
I have absolutely no desire to use my real name. As I said, there are certain parties who might be looking for me, and the less they find me, the better. Um, I have all sorts
I,
of things to continue to pass as Dominique, but I
so then maybe
recognize that that may not work if this isn't the nightmare Jim.
just to keep all of us safe, we should still call you Dominique.
Will
Which
that though? If
well,
if she's alive again and knows that you have been up to pretending to be her for the last how many years, that is not going to be something that you're going to be able to continue to do for much longer. Now,
Setting dependent, places that we travel to that she doesn't have affiliation with in Aunt Brescia, we should be fine.
but
Places
also
where she isn't, where I haven't been known to frequent as her.
I think it just kind of keeps us safe to the point where like in a world where we are not perhaps as close to each other as we are, you finding out that information would have absolutely been something you kept to yourself. Like if I hadn't identified that and, you spilled the beans on everything that was happening, you would be the only person of our group who knows that she is now alive. So we would we would have no knowledge of that and we would continue to call you Dominique based on that knowledge that we shouldn't have. So I think I know Ferlos, I say this with the utmost affection. You would not be able to keep a straight face if somebody came to us and said, "This is not Dominique." And I could probably pretend to act surprised for a little bit, but you wouldn't be able to. But I think until someone actually does that, we should just pretend like we don't know.
If you recall, a few days back, I asked how good all of you were at bluffing.
I don't remember what the answer to to answer to that question was for me, but I think I said I could
All
probably
of
do
you
it.
said that you were not confident in your ability to, which is
Well,
why I didn't say anything at that moment.
I think I'm rethinking this, and I think I could be good at it, but I also know my face.
I didn't want any of you to be put in a spot if we were boarded by Brescians, because as long as you had deniability, it wouldn't matter how good of a liar you are, you didn't know. However, in light of the fact that she's back, it changes the things, and I felt it was necessary for all of you to be brought up to speed. I am sorry for lying for what it's worth. It's a matter of
This
self
moment,
preservation. This ring,
I,
they can't pass any laws in Brescia without it. That's why I have it, and why it's not there. And that's why I'm being looked for, most likely. Queen.
the most infuriating thing about all of this, beyond feeling personally like I've spent the last couple of years getting to know a complete fraud, is the fact that we're stuck together. Because otherwise, I would kick you off of this boat without a second thought for what you have done to us. How many years of you just lying about who you are? You could have been anyone else when you arrived here, and you decided to be her, and that's who we know. And now, because of this, and she'll heft her hammer and show the glowy bits on the front. Because of this, whoever and whatever name you go by, we are stuck with you and have to deal with you. And because of that ring, we are stuck with you and have to deal with you. And so I feel very justified in being incredibly angry about the whole situation because we have to deal with it and I can't just kick you off the boat.
Let me ask you something. If we weren't stuck together and you were to kick me off this boat, how would you feel about it?
At the moment, all I could think about is how good it would feel
Why?
to kick a liar off of my boat.
Who was hurt by this lie?
I'm not going to play this game with you, whoever you are. If I don't even know what to call you, then you don't get the chance to be self-righteous about anything.
It's not that I'm being self righteous. I'm questioning someone who is captain. I think it's important for a captain to understand the reasoning that they do things for.
I need everybody on this ship, especially the fact that we are doing things that are incredibly important, to be able to trust one another. And how am I supposed to trust you
I did come clean with everything.
when you had to?
Yes, because I was attempting to keep you in a position where if we were caught by Brescians, you wouldn't be aiding a criminal. Unfortunately, given the situation, I no longer have that luxury, and so I have to take that luxury away from you as well.
I'm amused by the idea that you think the Brazians would believe that even if it were true. Say
They
they did
could
board,
put
where
us
we still
in.
thought that we were Dominique. That you
They
were
can put us
Dominique.
in a zone of truth.
Why would they care? If they're after you because of what you have done, there's no getting the truth. There's just getting the ring.
It depends on who catches us. There are some individuals that I would trust with understanding that you all were more innocent in the matter than might be first suspected. And honestly, if we do get caught by them, I still have every intention of telling them that I lied to you and deceived you for ages. And that it was only recently you found out.
And how is that gonna help?
It depends on who catches us.
There's a lot of dependencies on the right or wrong people, and Esticle will make big quotation marks about that. On the right or wrong people catching us to determine how we either proceed or are caught or etc. etc. And I think that Ferlos, first of all, I want to acknowledge your anger and frustration and say that it is justified. Um, but I also think that we, for all we can hypothesize and say we're going to do A if X, B if Y, and C if Z, I don't think that helps us right now because we don't know what's going to happen. We're really just kind of getting into the we're not necessarily getting into the weeds about it, but it's all very valid questions that you have, Ferlos, and your answers, Dominique, are still. I mean, I feel. Can I make an insight check on Dominique?
Sure.
Uh,
I'm
sure.
good with it.
I don't think that would necessarily. I mean, depending on what you're asking about, I don't think that would necessarily be opposed. So,
Yeah.
what are you
So
It's
I'm
opposed.
okay.
well,
So
but what is being asked about is the
I
more
am.
important
I
part
am.
first.
Essequa has been listening to the conversation between Ferlos and Dominique and wants to gauge if Dominique is being honest about what she intends to do.
Then yeah, yeah, that would
About
be
what
good.
she intends what?
What about what you intend to do? Like if everything that you've said, if the answers that you've given to Ferlos's suppositions are true. Like
Okay.
if this happened, you would say you would do this. If that happened, you would do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'm still gonna roll, but
That's fine. All right, that's gonna be real fun for me. Uh, okay, so you beat me
okay.
by 3,
Just a little.
just a little.
Just
I
a
came
little.
damn close. Yeah. Oof.
Um, she is being honest, but um, there is something you can't put your finger on, and it's not necessarily dishonesty. There's just something isn't playing completely straight.
Okay. Okay. Um, that being said, I think everything Essequa has said about this is still what she thinks. Um, and TLDR, I think that we should proceed with caution, which, Carlos, I know you intend to do anyway, but we can't stay on the ship forever.
Well, no,
So,
we weren't
yep.
going to be staying on the ship. We were going to be making a stop to get some information and then going to find the other books.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. I know, like, I just mean, like, right now, I feel like we are trying to make this as like an even shorter stop due to what has been revealed, and I feel like that would be more suspicious for anyone who might be knowledgeable of what is happening with Dominique and is looking for a reason to stop us because of it.
Well, here's the issue we have. We don't know who's been told. And frankly, it's probably better for the three of you, well, everybody on the ship, frankly, if folks think I'm no longer traveling with you until we set sail. So, what I'm thinking is I've got one errand I need to run. I will jump to shore. I'll swim my way to where I need to get, and then I'll come back to the ship and wait here.
Can I offer my own little bit of insight into what is necessary and not necessary with regards to your crew here?
Who is
I know
that?
you.
Bro.
That'd be Fro.
Okay.
I don't. I was testing the ship out and its abilities. I don't think you need a full second crew anymore.
It's good to
You,
know because honestly, that was going to be my next question: is how many of the people who currently don't know can we safely let back to school and leave behind?
well, I mean, we were always temporary. Me and Charles, we own our own ship, so
But Charles has to finish up at school, and so do the rest of the people on this ship. Frankly, so do the four of us. But I think there are other matters that are going to need to be taken care of before graduation. Are the five of us enough to man this ship?
I well, yeah, I think now with the yeah, as long as the sails are down, we go. We go speedy.
Give me a moment. I'm going to pull my brother aside. You don't need to come with us, but now you're one of the few people who know the truth. And I could use your help. So I'm asking, will you still come and help?
I certainly could. Could I possibly ask a favor from you in return?
Always.
Go easy on your friend. She's not your mom. Our mom.
I don't understand how you can ask that of me when you've only known her for a little while. She's been my friend for years, lying to my face for years, and you know I don't have that many friends to begin with.
Yes, well, I do. And that's why I'm saying that you should probably go easy on her. Because do you want to lose one of the only friends you got? Over over what? A silly story?
I think I already lost one of the only friends I got. I now need to learn who this new person is. Either way, I won't go easy on her, but you make a point about not being obstinate about it because, like I said, we are stuck together because of the circumstances, and I need to be able to work with her even if I don't trust her.
Well, I don't know about all that because I've been talking to Charles a little bit about his experiences at school. And everything she did. Doesn't matter what name she was going by. She
And you're
seems
that
like a.
sure.
She seems. I'm just saying. Everything I heard, she seems like an okay person. Not great, not terrible, kind of in the middle.
She was writing letters to who? Her father? She was telling us about her history, which was not hers?
Hey, everybody's got their secrets.
It's
Even
one thing
you.
to keep a secret, it's another thing to lie about it. But you know what? You're right in that no matter what I think, we need to move on. Would
That's fair.
you would you help?
You want me to keep an eye on the ship while she's on it?
I'm less concerned about what she'll do to the ship and more what happens if others find out that she's here.
I'll keep an eye on the ship.
I may be
Hey,
angry at her and I may be untrusting of her, but I do believe that she has a vested interest in the mission that we are currently on. So, yeah, I would like you to keep an eye out for anybody who comes looking for Dominique or Manon or someone who looks like her.
I can do that, and I'll stay on your ship.
I appreciate it because I should go back to the school, if only to help find information as quickly as possible. Would you also help in a moment? We need to help the rest of the crew off the ship, thanking them for their service.
I can, I suppose. This is kind of more like I'm in between two worlds here. I really feel like you should be talking to Charles. It's really his crew that's helping you out to some extent.
That's fair. Let me finish up with everybody. Would you go tell Charles that I'll be over to talk to him shortly?
Of course.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
No problem.
And Ferlos would take like a good 20 seconds, even after he leaves, to just breathe and bottle something up and turn around and walk back to the three of you.
I think this whole time, Essequa has been standing with Dominique, like not necessarily like saying anything. Like I don't think there's much else that needs to be said about this entire situation, but she's just been standing there, just like in that way that means like I'm not going anywhere type thing.
Dominique will, as we're kind of standing there and just kind of watching Ferlos from a distance, Dominique is just watching her and kind of studying her. And at some point, she'll just kind of mutter, I really fucked that one up, huh? And glance over at Essequa.
A little bit.
Think
I
she'll...
had an inkling though.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Think she'll get over it?
Yeah. It's gonna take her a while, but
That's fair.
I mean, she's asking all of these questions. Like, it's abrasive, but she's asking because she cares.
She has every right to be pissed. I don't blame her.
Oh, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I think you'd be way worse off if she weren't abrasive, like, if she didn't care about this, because the fact that she is abrasive is absolutely how you know she cares.
That is true. I really hope this is just a thing with the nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Is it okay if I keep calling you Dominique, though, until we figure out this whole thing?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
She asked me not to contact her.
Well, you told us what happened there, so it makes sense that she'd be a little pissed.
I don't know why I didn't even think of it. Well, I do. There was no one except me and that one fella. I just assumed everyone had died. It was a bad situation, but nothing to do about it now.
Yeah, and I don't think that, I mean, from what you told us, I'm pretty sure I might have done something similar. Like if it was as hopeless as you've made it sound, and given you kind of have a track record now, but given the whole situation, I don't have a reason to think that you're being untruthful about that. Um, yeah, I can't say I would have done something different.
Yeah.
I mean, as a whole, I don't know if I would have impersonated somebody, but I mean, in the situation where you kind of have to choose between saving yourself or not living, then self-preservation is a pretty important thing.
There were rumors and mutterings that the Queen was planning to do something that would have been very detrimental to the people in my class. And I thought we had an alternative that would work, and that alternative turned out to just want more of the same. So
So you did what you did.
I did what I did. I cannot abide supporting oppression.
Well, that's good.
Ferlos. Charles walks up to you, being sent over by your brother. Hey, so what's up?
So there's some complications, but there are things that me and my
Yeah, I
friends
heard.
have to deal. What did you hear?
That she's, her thing. You guys were yelling a little bit.
How much of the rest of the crew knows?
Uh, you could. There's only one other deck, so it's a small ship.
Listen, it is. I can't thank you and your crew enough for helping us, and I wish this was a more happy, celebratory doc. But at this point, I think it's best if the rest of you go back to school and finish your schooling, and we'll take the rest of it from here.
That's fair. Well, that and we're going to get to go sailing too because we have our own ship, and you know how the school is about that sort of thing.
That's true, and you deserve to have. And she gives him like a kind of a sad, wry smile. You deserve to have your own problems to deal with.
Yeah, I sometimes when I'm around you guys, I feel like I'm just like a small part of somebody else's story, and that's don't take this the wrong way, super depressing.
Well, you and Elizabeth spent an entire year or so in the Feywild telling your own story, so I feel like maybe we were just bookends to your story.
Yeah, but as soon as I come back, it's like destiny and gods, and I'm not saying it's, again. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I do want to have my own adventures. Yes.
And you deserve that. And you also deserve to not have to deal with the consequences of everything on this ship. All I would ask is that do your best to not let anybody know that you knew.
Sure.
You're probably a better liar than I am. I hope.
No,
No.
but um, I've it's fine. Um, hey everybody, we're leaving. We're going back to school. And hey, Ferlos,
Yeah.
before I go, I don't know if you know this, but Dominique saved my life once. Ask her about it. Bye.
You're not allowed to just drop that on me. I'm not feeling better about this situation.
Bye.
You are not allowed to change my mind about my feelings. Get off my ship.
Bye.
I will go up and say goodbye to everybody, like, and thank them for their hard work and everything, and like do the appropriate thing, and then come back down.
That's fair.
What the heck?
Dominique and Essica, as your conversation sort of was winding down, Fro does like lean in to the conversation, be like, she'll get over it.
Oh yeah, I
She
know.
will. She'll get over it.
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't have a lot of tolerance for dishonesty. It's for some stuff that happened when we were kids, but she'll get over it eventually.
Oof.
Yeah,
It's
it's
going
all
to
good.
make things very complicated if she doesn't like dishonesty.
Yeah, well, just be honest with her.
And it went so well when I was.
Well, you did keep a secret for a very long time, probably long past the point where you should have been trusting. But it sounds like you had fun, I guess.
I just wanted to protect the rest of these folks.
Sometimes, I will say, I'm not judging one way or the other, but wouldn't it be better if you see if I'm just giving you an example because I heard you talking about it when you guys were screaming at each other. Well, yelling, raising your voices. I wouldn't it be better for everybody to be fully informed so they understand what they need to avoid and not avoid, or do or not do?
I just didn't want them to get caught lying for me.
See, this is the problem, though. When you say it like that, you're making an assumption that they would have failed to protect you in the first place if they knew.
Get off the ship.
No, I'm staying.
Oh, shit.
And with that, I think that's the moment that Ferlos comes back down and said, "Yeah, everybody else has gone back to school, and they're gonna do their best to not tell anybody anything about what just happened. But uh, Fro is gonna stay because I know that at the very least he's the one person still on the ship who's not required somewhere else immediately.
Aren't we lucky then?
Well, someone needs to stay on the ship with you while the rest of us go on to the island."
Fair. As I said, I do have one errand I need to run, but I'll be quick, I'll be discreet, and I'll be back here.
And then we should figure out what we're going to call you and what you need to be as we continue on this adventure, because I do not think you can continue to be either of those names for your safety or for ours.
Ooh, secret
I
third
can
name.
come up with some documents and a new ID. And she's going to turn to God, I can't remember his name. Ferlos's brother.
Bro.
Fro. Fro, you've been sailing for a while, right?
Yeah.
I just happen to be a crew member that came along with you then. And I'll work on finding a way to disguise myself.
Fair enough.
All right, so what are we doing now?
You're going to the school. I'm running to go see someone and then returning to the
think-
ship.
In order, we'll do Dominique first. So you guys can be heading off to the school while this is going on. So Dominique, would you like to visit Lazare de la Fontaine
I would, yes.
alone?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me one moment. Change layer. Put the
I think
so
for the sake of everyone's safety, Dominique, when she goes off to go see La Fontaine, because it's not too far, right? Like we've
No,
kind of
it's
like
you
right
see where
there.
you see where I just put her token?
I did not, but I look. Yes.
Like, you zoom out just a little bit. That's where it is.
Yeah.
It's very
So
close.
I think Ferlos will request that Essequa and Rivulet basically help batten down the ship
Yep.
and just kind of wait for her to come back, and that
Gotcha.
way
That's fair.
if the proverbial hits the fan,
Mm.
we're right here to go help.
I've removed the top of the tent so you can see inside.
And
We will have a map in just a little bit, y'all. The tech stuff. Tech stuff.
you know how streams do.
You know how streams do.
They're the
Bye, Dio.
mind.
Everybody
it's
say bye
fancy
to
and
Dio.
new, though.
Yeah, because I think I've told you this, guys, that was a really long time ago. Every building on this map can have its roof taken off and you can go inside. So
I'd like that to be, for whatever reason, just like out of context. That's the best sentence. You know, every building on this map can have its roof taken off so you can go inside.
Because
Sorry,
we're
I'll be quiet.
huge.
I put a lot of work into getting that to work too. But
I believe
And it's
it.
awesome.
all right. So you're here at the entrance to Lazare de la Fontaine's tent.
Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry.
Knock knock. Or wait, I'm sorry. Knock knock.
Who's there? No, that's not the right voice. Hold on. Who's
Is
there?
anybody anymore?
Listen,
Oh.
it's an accent that once you fall into it, you just kind
Yeah.
of stay there, even if like me, you're doing it badly.
It's comfortable.
I will slide my hand into like the opening next to the curtain and just kind of pull the curtain to the side and give a little wave. Bonjour.
Ah, yes, you.
Yes.
Well, I imagine I've caused you quite a bit of trouble.
How so?
Well, did the ring not cause you trouble? That was sort of the point.
No, did not cause me trouble. It was actually the happy thing.
Hold on. All right, so if I, yeah, he has a plus 11 to his insight. So let's see what he
Whoa.
gets here.
Let me hang on.
That's a 27.
Pulling up the window.
Pulling up a window.
One charismatic devil versus
Wait,
another.
hang on. Yep, that's a 10. So 20. He gets that she is very anxious and frustrated.
Of course.
So, I wanted to stop by to see about sorry, to see about perhaps acquiring a good that you might be able to help me with.
Describe what you need.
I'm looking for a firearm, something that I can use to attack from a distance and look stylish. I think we both know it's all about the style.
I have a number of possibilities. One moment. He stands up. He lifts up the bottom of his chair that he was sitting on, and pulls out several pistols and revolvers. He
And
sets them on the counter.
she will kind of look over them a little bit. She's going to pick out the two most stylish looking ones.
Okay.
Tell me about these two.
This is the flintlock of soul stealing. So if you fire this and use it to kill a person, you can steal their soul and consume it.
To what end?
Adventure?
No, but what do you do with the soul you steal?
Oh, well, I can use them as currency. I don't know about you.
Ah, I see. All right, and this one?
This is the roulette revolver. He picks it up, spins it across his shoulder, fires it. Kind of. As he's doing this, he's walking towards the opening to his tent, fires it into the air, and you see what looks like some sort of green glowing bullet come out and fly up into the sky. Depending on what barrel it lands on, you can use it to do a number of different types of elemental damages.
This sounds very intriguing. Is there any control over which one? If I
Yes.
outstanding.
Same element. Same element.
Something different.
Ice bullet.
All right. Let's talk price.
Well, the soul stealing a flintlock would run you 25,000 gold.
Good God.
Although I am open to making deals.
Mm-hmm.
The revolver here, I would say, how attached are you to your immortal soul?
Well, I am rather partial to it, actually.
Mm,
That's very common. What don't you ever come up with something more unique, more exciting? Certainly you must get bored doing the same deal over and over again.
I've been doing the same deal over and over again for 1,000 years, and ain't nobody once bored me with giving me their soul.
Well,
I have I have a debt.
a debt to whom?
My friends.
Are these the friends that you pay off with your deals?
Yes.
What kind of debt?
That's complicated.
So as making an arrangement for a purchase when you're not using money. Humor me. What kind of deal?
How much do you know about this island?
I know that at one time it was floating. I know that it has been. It was one of the major cities of the Kisari Empire. I know that this was a sister city to Brescia, right?
It was.
And this is a sister city to Brescia.
Okay. I will tell you some very, very interesting knowledge about this island. And in return, you pay me 3 gold.
I pull out 3 gold. Actually, I pull out 4 gold and hand it to him.
He only takes 3.
She takes it. She takes that single gold back.
I used to be mayor of Avalon back when it was a floating city.
I see.
But when the end came, me and mine were, well, desperate to find a way out.
Mm.
And so we made a deal to protect the city from the apocalypse. And
Insight.
sure,
I'm going to be. Let's see. There we go. Oh, my insight is not that great. 11. Okay, go on.
that's a natural 20 for the audience at home on his part.
Yeah.
And actually, that puts him over 30 for deception
My goodness.
Okay.
if it wasn't automatically a success. Me and mine decided to make a deal. We traded the souls of every single person in the city but us for protection from the end. Only we didn't ask for protection for us, we asked for protection for the city. And the demons decided that that just meant the physical architecture.
Of course they did.
So the city sank below the waves, mystically, demonically protected from erosion and destruction. It's still down there right now, crawling with the walking dead of every single person whose soul we sacrificed. I
How many people? How many souls?
oof, 200, 300,000.
All right.
It's, you know, it's a thing.
Well, you tried.
Are you familiar with the poem "The Dead That Do Not Lie"?
I am.
Well, then you understand the story.
I do.
Anyway, in order to protect myself, I offered up the rest of the city council souls and souls of anybody else I could manage to acquire in the future.
And do you have a cap?
No, but I get to live forever, so that's nice.
And are you happy?
And his laughter floats around and away from him and behind you, and then comes back around to him again. And he doesn't answer you.
Like you do.
So, what is this debt then? You want me to take your place?
Well, see, that is a possibility. You are a soul of significant importance.
Apparently not worth that much, though.
Well, this is a very good weapon.
It is a very good weapon. They both are.
I could loan it to you.
In exchange for?
The promise of future payment.
Payment negotiable?
Sure.
All right. For the record, I applaud you for trying to save the people. Sometimes our desire to help others can be very detrimental to ourselves, can't it?
His smile kind of drops. Yes. Yes, I suppose that is one way to look at it.
So a loan for future payment, which is negotiable.
Sure.
I don't like the sure.
Well, let's say this. A term of 5 years.
Hmm?
At the end of the 5 years, you owe me either an equivalent soul to your owns and value,
Mm-hmm.
or 50,000 gold.
Deal. And she
All
will
right,
hold out her hand.
Well, actually, it's not a handshake agreement. And a contract appears in front of you.
I am reading that shit.
It seems like you know what? Go ahead and roll an investigation check, but you'd have to roll really, really low because it's not a very long contract.
16?
Yeah. It seems like it's just the terms that he set forth. They were very simple terms.
Excellent. And she will sign it. And she signs it.
Oh, before you sign it, there is a non-disclosure.
She signs it maintenant.
Fair enough. That means that you can't talk about this contract with anyone else.
Yep.
And you feel as you sign it, there's like a binding on you
Mm-hmm.
to prevent you specifically from being able to do that.
Okay.
And it isn't a matter of penalties. You just can't.
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, enjoy your pistol.
I will. I expect I may not see you for a while, but at the very least, I'll see you in 5 years, if not sooner.
Well,
Will you be claiming this, or will one of your associates be coming for it?
I think my friends might be coming to claim you themselves if you can't pay. However, I will say, I would offer, because I very much love to give people options here. He pulls a capsule out, and in it is a bullet. If you do find a soul that happens to be equivalent to your own, etch the name of your victim on this and use that gun on them.
She holds out her hand.
Free of charge. Ammunition is no extra.
Much appreciated. It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Mayor. Au
Ta-ta.
revoir. And she will turn and walk out, and she skirts immediately. Actually, does it look like there's a way to get out on the other side of the tent?
No, this tent is. So if you look at the map here,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
you can you can see that there's actually
It's solid.
wooden.
There's stuff
yeah,
all over it.
yeah, it is covered with cloth, but it is wooden.
Yeah.
As well. That's supporting it.
Okay. She
Okay.
will make her way out and immediately around to the back of the tent and go straight into the water and do
Gotcha.
her Triton thing.
Okay. Now, that means you get back, and I believe Ferlos and Essequa and Rivulet were all waiting.
Mhm.
I am gonna say, perhaps good timing. We take a break right here,
Okay.
Okay.
and come back in. Let's call it 20 minutes. So at 20 after.
Okie dokie.
I like this
Mm.
plan. It's a good plan.
It's a good plan. It's a great plan.
You said
Good plan. We
20
can all think
after?
about what an equivalent soul means.
I have plans.
Also for possible timing for return of the other person who's not here.
Ah, yes.
Yay.
All right.
Huzzah.
Woohoo.
All right.
All right, we will see you guys at 7:20.
Yeah.
Peace. Ahoy hoy. Welcome back. We're a little bit late, but we have a rivulet.
Yay!
Greetings
Which is
and
way more important.
salutations.
Way more important to have a riv than to be on time.
Yes.
I think so
Mhm.
for sure.
We made
Although,
the right choice.
I
Although,
do believe
honestly,
a
that
rivulet
wasn't even it.
arrives exactly when she meant to.
Precisely when she.
Not a moment
Also, to be
before,
clear-
not a moment later.
I want to be clear. We're not late because of.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
Yes.
No,
correct. Our
we're-
lateness and rivs on timeness are two completely different things.
And Jen has soup. I don't have soup, Maverick.
Mav,
I would love to have soup, but
do you,
I don't.
Jen,
currently.
did you take a sip from tea by chance?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't take a sip of anything yet. I
Maverick?
have a water and a Diet Coke standing by, but no, I have not had any beverages
Mav is
since I
taunting
got
me.
here. Ah,
And I'm
Also, Dominique, since we're back,
Mm.
I will say, as you get back to the ship,
oh, I have a
the-
teacup on the overlay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
the skull on your shoulder starts to flicker and then disappears.
Do this. Wait. Yorick?
Alas, poor Yorick. You knew him well.
I vaguely knew him.
The irony being we didn't know him at all.
You knew him, Horatio, but Horatio's not here. So,
Well
so
played.
we'll go with the commonly accepted
Well
phrasing.
played.
That's not
You
at
do
all
well.
accurate.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I will, I'm gonna get back on the ship. Did Yorick show up here by chance?
Dungeon Master, did Yorick show up here?
No.
I have not seen the skull.
Yeah, I have not seen York either.
Oh,
It's actually been pretty quiet over the last day too.
Gasp.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but he vanished off my shoulder a moment ago.
Maybe it's just what he do.
It could be what he do.
If he decides that he is going to play a prank and surprise us, I am not in the mood, and he should know that there is a very good chance I will make good on my promise to smash him with my hammer.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
saying that out loud in case he is nearby, because I feel like it is only fair for him to know the mood I am in.
I don't think he would have gotten through everything that happened earlier without saying or doing something.
I don't know if I trust a skull that claims to already be a skull that causes trouble.
All right. We should probably just keep an eye out.
Dominique, if you'd like, make a history check.
Okay.
Since you're
Mr.
questioning.
Bob.
Yeah, I would like. Thank you. Dominique, history. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Last time you spoke with with your talking skull of mischief. I keep wanting to say mystery.
Yeah.
Your skull of mischief was when he hopped off of your shoulder when you were over with Essequa speaking to the other ship.
Ooh, that's right. And he's just been on her shoulder since, but not saying anything?
At some point, he showed up back on her shoulder and it's just been completely quiet the entire time.
So fun thing, he hadn't said anything since we were on that other ship.
Mm.
Maybe there was magical interference.
Let's just hope that this doesn't come back to bite us.
Okay.
Anyway,
I would say something silly, but I don't want that to be used against me by the universe.
fair.
I can only be mad at 3 things at the same time, and that is a 4th. I'm going back to the school.
Oh wait, we're coming with you. Come on.
I will be here working on my new identity.
That's fair. So the rest of you guys, let's just go ahead and move you ahead. There's a bunch of intermediary maps, but I'm not going to take you through them one at a time. You guys show up here in the dining hall entrance area. Everyone's having lunch.
School.
Can you put the party token on there as well?
I can, right? Yeah, it's dynamic lighting. You're right.
Yeah.
As
It's a
as
whole
we're
thing.
doing the walk, if we can do like a tiny walk and talk.
Yes, I love a walk and talk.
And as we do the walk and talk, you'll see that while Ferlos is still very, very angry, she's doing a much better job of letting it ride. In essence, not hiding it as much as like she's taken it and she's putting it on a shelf on the boat and is walking away from it for the moment.
Leaving it at the door.
Exactly. I will pick it up when we get back on the ship. Do we have a order of people we want to talk to or things we want to do? I have the last time we talked about this, we were thinking of talking to Dr. Whitaker, Professor Felicity Blackwood,
And Professor Gearsmith.
yeah,
Smith.
I have the Warforged in my notes and I couldn't remember their name. Yes, and them. Did we have an order or anyone else we wanted to talk to?
I think we should talk to Professor Whitaker first. That's kind of the most important thing. Everything else came after the conclusion of our after the acquisition of our primary target. So I think that we should follow those things in the order that they were received.
Can we get a message to Professor Whitaker to meet us at the swirly
The swirly thing.
Oh, the
the
opening
swirly
on the,
shielded spot?
on the island side or on the school side?
I don't know anything about the island side. We only know that it works on the school side. The swirly,
Well, the
place
swirly
up
thing
top.
is a-
It's our.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the portal. They're both swirly.
Oh yeah, no, not
Oh,
the
yeah.
portal.
Yeah, I
No,
got what
the
you're
sh-
saying now. Yeah,
The shielded space.
you certainly can. Yes.
Would you like me to send off a send-in? I can do that right now.
That would be
As-
great.
As we are walking and talking. So yeah, I will. So do I have sending or did I not get? Can we say that I had actually picked up sending because I thought I had prepared sending, but now I'm realizing it's just because I've got the sending stones in my pocket.
I mean, you can prepare any spells at the beginning.
Or
of the
we
day
can
you
use
want
the
it,
sending
so.
stones because Professor Whitaker has the other one. right?
Yeah, he
See,
did. He handed you a sending. Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys have
I
not
have the
used it
sending
once.
stone
Yeah.
We have a couple
Which
different.
we
sending
never
when he
stones.
used
came
while
down-
we were out on our excursion, and
He came
could
down.
have.
He came down on his jet bike
Motorcycle. Yeah.
and
Okay.
gave you-
Because I'm like, the one I have, I'm pretty sure goes to.
You do, yeah.
Fro.
Yours
You
is
have
for
one
Fro.
with Fro. I have the one that goes to Professor Whitaker. So yeah, I'll take out the sending stone, and I will. Hello, Professor. It's strange that I'm only using this now. Probably would have been smarter to use this sooner. Do I have a word limit on the sending stone?
It's
I
25.
don't know. It is? Okay, then I wouldn't say all of this. I would know that. We're back at school. Please meet us where we had our last in-depth conversation.
Very nice.
You
That's
still,
good
have
to
some, you still have some words left.
I don't know, what time do you want to meet?
Whatever time now is.
At now o'clock.
At your
Insert
earliest
brackets.
convenience.
It's got the time macro that just
The Discord
inserts
time
the
macro.
correct time to your local.
Yes. In 5 minutes from insert time here.
Okay. You get a response. Yes. Can you give me like 10 or 20 minutes, and I'll be there.
Respond with 10 or 20 question mark.
The sending stone. It's one sending, and
It's
then,
one way, or it's not one way, but it's one
It's
at a
once
time.
a day.
yeah.
Oh, it's once a day. Okay, never mind. I always forget that. Okay. 10 or 20 minutes. Bring a book.
I mean, we've brought several.
Split the difference and make it 15. I'm gonna get a snack.
And well, when you guys come in, you can absolutely get your snacks. Lunch is being served currently.
I'm gonna I'm gonna potentially break away from the party and go get a food that is not hardtack and
Yeah.
salty.
It is. Unfortunately, this is a seafood lunch.
But there's always vegetarian and vegan options.
There are indeed vegetarian and vegan options. I don't actually have. I should have.
Vegetables.
Fair enough. It's sushi and a variety of vegetables to start, and then your desserts are a chocolate mousse cake.
I will also have that.
Ferlos is going to do a drive-by and where she's going to grab one of the cakes and then keep walking.
The whole
That
cake.
is, she's just like, not even take the plate, just scoop
Just
up
the
Power
cake.
move. That's
Just
a
the
power move.
cake, and you know something's wrong because she's only taking the cake and not what Essequa is doing, and then is going to continue to walk to where we need to go.
Episode title: Ferlos takes the cake.
Oh,
I like that a
yes.
lot. I like that a lot.
I thought earlier I was taking the
love it.
piss, but okay, I'd rather take the cake.
Rather take the cake, but you know.
Yeah.
And that's
But yeah.
literally what it's like. I just grab like a plate, it's loaded with vegetables, and then like at the very top of the vegetables, there is another smaller plate with the mousse cake on it because you don't combine the two. And then I just start eating from the bottom and trying not to tip over the mousse cake.
You know what? Just for fun, why don't you make a dexterity saving throw?
I
I
would
love it.
love to.
Don't drop the cake.
Right? All right, bro. D Beyond is not being nice to me. What's plus 3? I know, right? And it was doing so well. It's a 9.
Oh no.
I think with a 12 total, I'm gonna let you choose what happens next.
Oh no, it's a 9 total.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
So you know, I lose the moose.
yeah, you lose the moose.
Oh no.
The moose is loose.
In the hoose.
Can one of us try and help catch it? If that
Yeah, actually, yeah, sure. Both of you guys, if you want, if you see it, I don't know about Ferlos. Ferlos seems distracted. Maybe you can or can't. But if you'd like, either one of you can roll for dexterity check. let's call it. Actually, make it an initiative check. I think that's better.
I'm gonna let Rivulet carry this because I think sorry, Essequa. Ferlos is scarfing the cake
Oh,
because she's
nope.
eating her feelings.
Mm-mm.
That didn't go well at all.
Oh no.
Splat.
Yeah, it's
Womp
okay.
womp.
Oh.
Alas, the moose.
Mhm.
The moose is loose. Okay,
I
so
I dug too greedily and too deep.
too deep. They are coming. They are coming.
I mean, I feel bad about leaving it there. Wait, do I have? I don't think I have.
You have prestidigitation?
No, but I have a gust cantrip, so I'm just gonna at least shove it away from the main walking area.
Magically just like scoop it under a table.
It doesn't move in one piece. It
Oh no!
shotguns out.
I've done too much, and I walk fast. Like I think in all of this, Ferlos has gotten a little bit ahead of us in me trying to balance all of this. So, I once that monstrosity has concluded, I think I just kind of like speed walk to catch up with Ferlos.
Eventually, you guys, there are people here who handle these sorts of things, and they see the spray of chocolate cake along the wall, and they just walk up and they prestidigitate it away.
This just gave me the coolest idea for a weapon, which is the whipped whip, which is you take like a whipped cream canister and you create the weapons,
create the whip.
like a cheese whiz style, and then you have your
I love
it's a
this.
canister
I like
canister
it.
filled.
Your
I
idea
get
is
it.
way cooler than mine, which
Doom.
is I just want to turn into a chocolate mousse as a druid.
I would yes that too.
I was- you described that the whip, and I was like, you mean the watch me whip?
Oh, stop! Next plot point. I don't want to go there.
Shoving cake into my mouth, walking with purpose.
All right, let's move you guys to. Yeah, there it is. I'm not sure whose tokens I have on, but I'll start moving. Let's see. You're
Oh,
not
we're here now.
Hey, it's all of us.
Yay, the big thing.
As we enter, does it look and feel and sound the same, or has there been any changes?
Nothing noticeable.
Okay.
I mean, it's a swirling, colorful mess, so like it could have changed, but maybe that's just the way it looks today in this
Yeah.
light.
Did it cut
but
its hair?
maybe
Yes,
Um,
it did. Thank you for noticing.
so the Professor Whitaker comes in about 10 minutes after you guys arrive. A good 15 to 20 minutes after you guys originally messaged him.
Mhm.
And he comes down over here. Yes, I was expecting more regular updates, but
We
how did
forgot.
it go?
A lot happened.
Fair. The headmaster would like to see your missing friend, if that's possible.
We can relay that to her.
Fair enough.
Out of character, real quick, because I think we would have talked about this in advance. How much are we telling Whitaker? Because I feel like the other teachers, there's going to be constraints, but how much are we telling Whitaker?
I'm open to being more open with him on account of at least as far as the darkness dreaming is concerned. And I think we go from there. What I feel.
Whitaker is the only changeling we've seen at the school, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we talked about this before. There are other changelings in the world, but I don't believe, at least not knowingly, you've not met any other
Okay.
changelings yet.
Just confirming that. Yeah, I mean, there were certain things he didn't want to know about, right? That he wanted us not to share.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was, I think, the headmaster specifically was telling you that he didn't want to know certain things.
Yeah, he ran from the
I thought-
room as quickly as possible.
Okay. I thought Whitaker also had things, but that's fine. But yeah, we're pretty open with Whitaker.
If that's the case, for the sake of expediency, can we just say that we give him the brief rundown of
Is there
what
anything
happened?
you want to leave out?
Well, and that we can. That was one of the reasons I wanted to bring that up
Yeah.
in advance, is like it, so that I can specifically say, or we can specifically say, let's not mention this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just want to be absolutely crystal clear with you. Are you leaving anything out, or are you telling the whole story? Because I know this is important to you guys. I'm not saying that there's a problem either way, but I know you guys are very
Friends.
infosec.
Well, Whitaker was the one who told us to use InfoSec with everybody else. So
Yeah. Okay. So can I offer this?
Yeah.
We want to tell him as much as we can. If there's anything in this that he would say, don't tell me about that. And I know that's leaving a lot up to you, Sim. But if there's anything that he would say, I don't want to know about that, we would not continue that line of information with him. So I think
he's gonna if you tell him everything, he's gonna listen to everything you have to say.
then I have no problems with that.
Okay.
Let me ask, and then Lauren again, asking a couple of specifics, because I think everything outside of the books and what we have found out about the Darkness Dreaming, all the political stuff, the Fae stuff, all of that, I think we can tell him that, no problems. Ferlos is okay with telling him about her book, about what we found on the island, about going into the book. When Ferlos is as she's telling the story, she's not going to go into like huge amounts of details on everything. So, Riv, if there's anything from that conversation that you had with the nightmare person that you experienced or you don't want to talk about, we could very easily skip over a lot of that. Or if there's anything you want to leave out.
I can't think of anything specific that we need to leave out, but
Okay.
also I might just be forgetting things. So
Well, and I also think this might be one of the few, this room and this person might be one of the few times and places to actually tell somebody, because I think, and Ferlos believes
I
this
will
too.
note, we know that Whitaker has a partner, and just if there's anything that we have concerns about.
Wait, I'm sorry, isn't Felicity his partner?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't remember if
Okay.
it's Felicity. Shit. Trying to remember the name. Was the liberal arts speech professor, I believe.
That's Felicity Blackwell, isn't it?
Amelia Rosenthal.
Oh, Amelia Rosenthal.
Amelia.
Okay.
Blackwell is skullduggery, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay.
Whose name I just brought up, so that's probably why I was top of people's names, brains. I think of all the people in the world, I think we need someone in the school
Who we can
we can trust, who knows at least the more than the basics, who has the information they need to be able to help us, because we're going to do some hardcore research and then skedaddle, and having someone here that we can continue to communicate with, I think, is going to be useful, and he seems to be the one. So
All right, so let's just assume that you've told him everything. I think is the right call here.
Yeah.
And he's going to absorb all of that information. And he's going to turn first to you, Rivulet, and because you've still got the book, The Darkness Dreaming, and you've been examining it this entire time. And he's gonna. He's. Would you mind? Could I at least look at that for a moment?
Of course. And
Oh.
I'll share the book.
I mean, he's gonna look through it. He's gonna come to the same conclusion you have, that this is gonna take. Oh, this is going to take quite a while, isn't it?
Yes, it's there's a lot there.
Yes. Well, all right. Well, you certainly have time. Unless there's something. Well, I mean, it sounds like you and your friend Dominique have pressing matters to attend to elsewhere, so...
Well, we need to find those other 3 books, and we know for a fact that they're not coming here.
It's fair. You have one. You know where one definitively is, and it can't be moved from that location. But you said that a dragon landed in that temple after you left?
Correct.
Yeah.
But
So-
I don't think even a dragon could remove that book.
No, but it could perch atop it.
Which, to be fair, we're just trying to keep these books safe at this moment, and if that's just another way of keeping that book safe, I'm okay with that. We'll deal
That's
with the
fair.
dragon when we've got the other 3 books.
That's fair. And the other 2 left with the dwarves?
We think.
All right. Well. Okay. Well, of course, we have a problem with the dwarves right now. They
Yeah,
are-
what's going on?
So, okay. I talked to the headmaster.
Yeah,
real quick,
Dominique?
real quick. I just want to double check something. Out of game. One of the books with went with the Bresians, one went the dwarves, and one we don't know where it is.
So here's the deal.
Right?
You were told that one went with the Bresians.
I saw
Or no,
the book
you,
that
you,
they
no,
took.
no, I'm sorry. Let me be clear. You were told one of the books went with the dwarves.
Right,
That's what the flump guy told you.
right.
You were also saw 2 books go with the Brescians who were leaving.
Oh,
Right,
I didn't
and we
realize
kn-
they had
right.
2 of the books. I thought they
They
had
did.
one of the
Only
fancy
s-
books and then something
You
else.
only got to be. You saw they had 2 fancy books. You didn't get to see what the other one was.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we know they have Essequods, but we don't know what the second one was, and we
Here's
don't
the
know
thing.
what the... Yeah.
Here's the thing. Out of game, the numbers don't actually add up.
Okay.
There are more books that you know the locations of, but don't know necessarily what they were,
Got it.
than that there should be books.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
Wait, now Lauren is confused. I thought there was only 5 books. Mine is in the temple. The Nightmare King is where the Nightmare King has theirs.
Mhm.
And then of the 3 that we don't know where they are,
The
whether we
Brescians have, whether
Here's
we
the thing.
believe it, the Brescians have 2 and then the dwarves have 1.
yes,
Which should be true, right? Except you have the Darkness Dreaming in your inventories.
Oh, okay. We were not counting the darkness streaming as one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the Darkness Dreaming was something else.
Me
No,
too.
no. It's a different.
Okay.
It is one of the book's names because they're all named. It's the Patient Storm, the Darkness Dreaming, the Steel and Letters, the could have been Queen.
Okay.
Okay. So now I think we're caught up now.
Yeah. So,
So
for
this-
sure, there's at least one more book accounted for than there should exist.
The Steel Letters, the Darkness Streaming. Okay, so there's 6 books.
Well, yeah, you supposedly the Nightmare King's book is wherever the Nightmare King's thing is. You technically know
Right.
where that one would be, ish.
Okay.
Well, so if no one had accounted though for the Nightmare King, then it would make sense that there's an additional.
That's
book.
also possible. It also
Right.
could be that the Nightmare King's book is not where the Nightmare King said it was.
Okay.
Yeah, if the ones that are currently missing we are assuming where they are based on what either people have told us or the last thing we saw. But to make life easy for the moment. Yeah, okay. All right.
So let's go over this one more time. Missing books are the Nightmare King's book, if it exists.
My
the-
book, which
Yep.
is which we saw was taken by the
For sure.
Brescians.
You saw that one for
Yes.
sure.
Yep.
Um,
The could have been
And
Queen.
could have
which
been
is-
Queen.
Dominique's.
Right.
We don't know where that one is, correct?
No,
Right.
that is one of the ones you do not know where it is. In fact, I think that's the only one of your 4 that you don't explicitly have any idea where it would be at.
Do we have
Okay.
do we have any sense of where it might be?
Well,
we know it's
Is the guess?
right. We know it's either, based on the information that we have, we think that it is either one of the books taken by the Brescians or the book that the dwarves have.
Okay.
So
and
yes.
and then we think the dwarves have 2 books?
Hard
Or
to tell,
The
but probably
Brescians
one.
have 2. The dwarves
Brescians
we
have
think
t-
have 1. We know where Ferlos's is. So that's 4. And
Right.
then
And then so
So we
what-
have Ferlos's, we have mine.
yes.
Yeah.
right. But that means that
Oh, there's 2 that so basically it's either the Nightmares book is the 3rd that and he just lied out his ass, or there's one more person involved that we don't know about yet.
Right.
correct.
At least one more person involved.
At least,
but
right.
yeah.
Correct.
all right, I think we're good. At least for this bit of information.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna set up a board behind me
It's
with pictures and string.
We're gonna get that sunny, always sunny.
Actually, I feel like
gif.
that's an Essequa thing.
Yeah, I have the space.
So
I feel like we just did this in my brain, and I appreciate it.
yeah. I guess I was expecting that to come up eventually, but when you guys get to the point where you have to summarize it to someone else,
Yeah.
suddenly all that information. Wait a minute. Hold on. 1, 2. Wait a second.
Yeah. Because it could also be that the Darkness Dreaming ended up in my bag from one of these people. And so we're accounting for a book that we think is lost, but we already have. But that just gets more confusing, and I would like to continue with the story.
Yeah. But that is a good thing to bring up, because we saw,
Mhm.
it is very possible that was the one that the dwarves have, and then we show up with the dwarves, and they're like, I don't know, the book disappeared. So, but that's a later problem.
But I think I asked what was going on with the dwarves.
Yes.
What is
Right, because
going
he was
on?
about to say. Okay, so as it turns out, okay, so we had the city of Avalon has a long-standing, nearly 1,000-year-long agreement to be under the naval protection of the Brescian military
Mhm.
to some degree, whilst still being a property of the city of Galfast in the Calician kingdom. We're sort of in the middle. It allows us to trade with everyone, to be a free port. It's a whole thing. However, to that end, other foreign powers aren't allowed to take over the city of Avalon.
Hmm.
The Brescians dispatched a letter, both to us and to every other major power, stating that they were withdrawing their naval protection of Avalon. And almost immediately, both Avalon Shipping and Freight took over the naval protection of both Avalon and the surrounding areas.
Did they say why they were withdrawing naval protection?
They did not.
Okay.
So now we have to deal with dodging dwarves.
Well, so just to be clear, are they actually offering protection, or are they
I
offering
think,
extortion?
I think it's more an opportunity to exploit a location without much organized military resistance.
So basically, being left more or less defenseless by the Brescians withdrawing, it's now the Porthy Balin can come here and be like, guess what? You're ours now, or something like that.
Yes, which is the other half of this is that there's a lot of geopolitical intrigue brewing that's unimportant to your situation necessarily, but will throw up certain problems as they come along, and that is that the Calician kingdom is very, very close to a civil war. And so, even though Galfast technically holds sovereignty over Avalon, being just off the coast, I don't believe that they will be able to be involved, and I believe that's what the dwarves are counting on.
Okay.
All of that makes sense. It's not good, but it makes sense, except for why the Bregians would announce it.
I don't know. Well, it's an official agreement, so they had to send a termination letter, I suppose.
But they're already at war with the dwarves, and everything is already in upheaval, and so...
The Brescians are not at war with the dwarves.
No, they're not.
No, that's the Heaven Union. They're at war with the dwarves now.
After what happened on the island, I kind of assumed that...
Yes, we'd heard about that on the radio. Apparently the Heaven Union slaughtered a bunch of innocent dwarves and Brescians.
It wasn't... I see Goblin. We knew that was going to be the lie they were going to tell. We knew that. No, that's unfortunately a lie in order to protect themselves. The Bregians actually did that.
Well, that poor Flump. I was hearing that there's a Flump that's going on trial in Hivern for murder and a variety of crimes against...
Did you hear that
war
Plump's
crimes.
name?
I think it was... I started with an
Roscoe?
R. That sounds right, yes.
He's the one that saw what actually happened. We
Oh.
talked to him on the island before he left.
If he knows what actually happened, he would be the ideal person to frame for the thing so that no one would believe him. Although he apparently escaped and is on the run now, there's a whole thing.
Oh, that's good.
Well,
Oh, depends on who you ask.
I am unsure if there's anything that we can do in order to tamper down that rumor or that claim or whatever. But
Don't
just so
think
you
that's
know,
so-
it is a
no.
lie.
Well, that's good to know. I really don't think you should be getting involved in that level of... Ugh, that's far beyond the scope that I think a set of 4 students from the academy are capable of handling right now.
The irony being, what we're currently handling is even bigger than that.
Politics and saving the world are strangely differently sized problems
Mhm.
sometimes.
Well,
But
Anyway,
until you have the backing or the control over some grand national level government, I would attempt too hard to get involved in politics. It's just going to lead to, 200 ships showing up at your front door and beating it down and taking you away, and then you can't save the world at all.
I'm glad you have faith in us that eventually we will come into possession of control over some national power to be able to solve this.
You-
And as Esequit is saying this with some there's some sort of sarcasm in there, but also the fact that he said it means I think he's serious.
I am quite, yes. I have a bit of... I look at you, and I see the around the edges of your souls, which I can't actually see. I imagine there to be quite a bit of fate and destiny involved. And destiny moves nations.
sometimes even the narrative does.
That's fair. Oh, also, so you're hearing...
Right, I did say that. We did say that. I did tell you that. Yes. Sorry. In the we tell him everything, I literally forget everything we tell him.
So you're hearing...
It's weird. It's weird.
It's fascinating is what it is.
Okay, that is true, but it is also weird. Mostly, I mean, it's to the point and it's pretty honest as far as I can tell. There are some things that it can't tell me, or at least it just, or won't tell me, or just in the summary, I just don't get told. And it's so random. Like, it could be anywhere from a day to a couple of hours, depending on what we've done, I guess. It's
Yes. I imagine it would be quite disruptive to be in the middle of a conversation and suddenly you get a retelling of the last several days of your life.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, if anything interesting comes of that, absolutely let me know. I don't know if you know this, but one of my specialties in philosophy is on the nature of reality. I mean, obviously with the dreaming and all these other things. So the idea that there's a narrator speaking about your, uh, that's interesting. I actually, uh, I'm sad I have to keep this to myself. I think that there are some other people at the school who would be quite interested and useful in helping explain what's going on.
Like who?
Yeah. Uh, Ferlos 100% wants to also like who, but does Riv have one of Benjamin Whitaker's books in her bag from all the books we picked up at the library?
Mhm.
That's what I thought. Okay. Sorry.
It was let me double check, but I think it
Was
A Brief
his
History,
wasn't
right?
the
Yeah.
one on rails, was it?
No, it's A Brief
No.
History, Old Universe, New World.
Okay.
Oh, that's Gare Smith's book, not
Yeah.
Professor Whitaker's book.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Oh, were you saying
Anything.
Whitaker?
I was
I'm
saying
sorry, I thought-
Whitaker, yeah.
Oh no, there's no. You don't have a Whitaker book now.
Okay. I felt like the way he was just describing, I'm like, did we pick
No.
up a book of his?
Okay, I'm gonna be real. He said that, and I did go to look at the books to see which ones we had because it sounded like a book that
Right?
we had.
Right? Okay, anyway, yes. I will what Essequa said. Who else? Sorry.
Right.
Oops.
Well, the of course, I have my differences with Professor Rosenthal. However, she is. It's hard to find someone who is more tuned into storytelling. So, if that is a direction you'd like to go, then it might be worth it to speak with her. She is. Last I saw was about 15 or 20 minutes ago in my classroom, so you might still be there.
Okay, I'll think about it. But I'd like that decision to be mine.
Absolutely, yes. I will keep everything to myself, but oof. Rivulet.
I understand the interest in talking to people about fun stuff, so I get it.
I believe if this Dominique situation requires you to leave soon, would you? Do you want to carry that book around with you?
I think it's safer with us than left here. If this is,
If you think so, then
unless do you think it's safer here with
you're going
Dorothy
to.
Balin taking over all of the naval protection?
Well, the school itself is still fairly impossible to assail, even from the ground. We just close the portal and rain fiery death from above as necessary. But my point is more that I worry that you could be imprisoned if you go towards Brescia, and they don't generally allow you
Understandable.
to keep your things.
Possessions. Yes. That makes sense. Is it going to be safe here though? The last time you seemed to not want us.
But it's a sliding scale of safety, yes. When no one knows about you or anything, then I think it's safer with you. But if people know, or there are people after you, then it seems like it'd be less safe with you. But again, it is yours to decide. So
If you think, go ahead.
If I can make a suggestion, Riv, if you do decide that it would be safer to leave here, can we literally leave it in this room?
if you're willing to leave it here, or you think it's a good idea to leave it here, I have a number of safeguards that I can put into place that will keep it out of sight and out of mind.
I think that that's the best bet then.
Fair enough. If you will hold on a moment, I could cast this spell right now.
Can you?
Yes.
Here?
Yes.
How?
You'll have to see. It's complicated.
I want to see.
Ferlos will watch. She's not an arcane spellcaster, but her whole understanding is about to change about this place.
So he starts to move his hands, forming the somatic components of some spell that none of you recognize.
Mhm.
And as he does, energy from the anomaly itself starts to snake out like a pseudopod over his head and then down into the book where you've, I'm assuming, set it down so that he could do this. And then it disappears completely, invisible.
So how do we retrieve it?
It comes back.
Are you the only one who can do that, though?
Currently, yes.
Is there a way to make it so that we can do that? Because it's a concern if you're the only one who could do that and something happens. There should always be redundancies.
Essequa is frosting at the mouth.
It makes
Frosting.
sense for at least Rivulet to be able to summon her own book.
I would.
Additionally, there are concerns about people being able to travel between the books, and if we've now opened a way for people to access the portal, this is of concern. And
Well, I think you said that as long as the book is physically closed.
right,
be.
but just out of safety and awareness, it just
Of course.
you should know that.
Yeah.
Well, let me try. I'm going to try something, and I can't guarantee this is going to work properly, but if you want to have access to it yourself, this may be the only way to do it. So, I'm going to infuse some of that energy into you.
All right.
I'd like you to roll an Arcana check.
Oh gosh. Okay. May I'm gonna give myself guidance if that's okay.
I mean, you
That's
were
fine.
given a heads up, so yeah.
Please don't blow this.
I believe in you.
Plus a guidance. That's a 17 plus.
What do we get from the guidance?
Oh, 21.
Hey.
Nice.
Everything goes off without a hitch, and you feel yourself
Thank goodness.
connected to the anomaly in a way that you didn't think was possible.
This is fitting for you.
And yeah. Although, as this is true, you start to see momentarily. Okay. Rivulet. When you were younger, one of the formative moments of your life was you going up in the ocean one night, looking into the sky, and the stars were just fucking gone.
Right.
And you found your staff that same night.
Yeah.
Yeah. With all the weird writing on it and all the weirdness that's come from having that staff. You look into the sky right now, and it's not that the sky is black, which it shouldn't be because the sun is up, to be clear. It's that it's not there. It is the absence of sky. A void, deep, abiding, forever. And then the sun's back and everything's fine.
Oh, good. That's always what you want to see when you look into the sky is just an absolute void and nothingness. That doesn't create any existential crises or anything.
Okay. Well, I
And it's
All
just
right.
you.
weird Lauren question, which if this is out of pocket, just tell me. This anomaly the reason we came here to talk, the reason that it was put the book here,
Mhm.
is that nothing can happen here. Nothing can.
Yeah.
There's no magic. There's no scrying. There's no listening in. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
Is Riv now shielded like that, and that's why Riv can't see shit? And if
You mean-
I'm not the person to ask that question, I'm fine with that.
You mean is the fact that you guys were using essentially an anomaly that is the void made manifest, which has now been connected to one of your people? Is that kind of what you're asking about? Like, does that now mean there's a
Yeah.
void connection?
Yeah, basically, is this a two-way street? Is her being connected to the void both potentially shielding her, but also preventing her from looking past it?
Well, I can tell you that is an excellent question that may be answered someday.
Okay.
I mean, for me, I immediately go to we know about the God in the Void,
Yeah.
and so that feels like the instant connection here.
Okay. I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Which was relevant to, Benjamin was the one who told us about that
Yes.
Yeah.
in the first place.
This is
I'm
a
just trying to
spot in the material plane where the void touches reality. That's what this is. And now it has touched you.
And there was the void also in the shape of the dragon thing
That's true too. Way
When we
back
were
in
in
one of your
the-
dreams.
in the dream.
All right, so that should work. Give it a try.
And I just snap.
Yes, with the intent.
I snap with intent.
If your intent is, I'd like the book to appear, it appears.
Okay. And then I snap with the intent to make the book disappear
The
again.
book disappears again.
Fantastic.
And it's not just invisible; it's gone.
It's into the void.
Yeah, literally into the void.
Yeah. Will that only work here, or will that work elsewhere?
Into the void.
Oh
and
no,
down the
it will
depths.
only work here. Yeah, I mean, you could. Oh,
Into the void.
I
into
would
the
say.
void. Into the void and out of the void.
And in Rivulet's hand.
It is entirely possible that it would work elsewhere, although it would be like dragging the void kicking and screaming through every individual between you and this anomaly. I wouldn't.
So last resort kind of thing.
Yes.
That moment where we need to unsettle an entire army. Okay.
I don't know
Sorry,
if it would be
Lauren is
good or bad
laughing,
for
not
you.
yeah.
I don't know if that would be good or bad for you, but we'll find out, I suppose, one day.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
I will study this while you're gone, if that's all right.
Yes, please.
And cross-reference it with these other books that you have. If you're all right, I would like to at
Yes,
least
absolutely.
look
Please. And anything you can figure out. There's so much information here, and it's difficult to parse beyond.
at them. Okay, I'll take the brief history. Oh, this is by Roland. The Basilisk, reality simulated on dreams, and I think that's it.
Who Lauren is asking again, who currently has the Reality on Rails book?
It's in
I
the
think-
pile. He just didn't.
I do. So, hang on. Let me
If you
pull
guys
these out
put
of
it-
my...
To be clear, if you guys put it in the pot, like he's like, "Can I have the rest of the books?" and you guys put them down, you put that one down too. He does not recognize it or name it.
That
When
makes
that
sense.
it does, but Ferlos is gonna push it and he's gonna pick up that book and go, not this one?
Sorry.
Reality on Rails. I thought it was all about this kind of thing.
I don't. What do you?
Do you not see the book she's pushing towards you?
But anyway, so
Wait, hold on a second. Wait. Okay, I get that you might. Please answer the question. Ferlos is holding a book that I can see, that we can see.
Well, anyway,
Okay, thank you. We'll talk about this outside.
Well,
Ferals is
anyway,
going to put the book away before he has an exhaustion.
doesn't look like anything to me.
Right.
All right. Anyway, I'll take these and I will study them. I will keep them keep them fairly secret. None of these are unique. I don't have access to these, but I'm sure that these exist elsewhere in the world. They seem like very useful. Yes. Okay. This will be good.
There's a non-zero chance those are first editions.
That's exciting for different reasons, but
Understandable, but also if there are other versions in the world, they may not include all the same information.
that's fair. That's fair. Either way, I'm going to keep them to myself. If you need them, that's fine. Although I don't want to attach them to the void as I did the other. That seems overkill. But I'll keep them secret.
Probably for the safest.
Well,
So
I have a
I just want to clarify, if you give me 1 second, which items are with Benjamin, or which books are with Benjamin, so I can, if you give me 1 moment.
Gotcha.
Meanwhile, I'm making a note about reality on rails.
Okay, so Benjamin is taking
A Brief History, Old Universe, New World, The Basilisk.
wait, slow down, sorry. It's
Okay.
taking A Brief History, old which New World?
Old history, old universe, new
Old
world.
Universe,
New World.
New World, The Basilisk,
Then Reality Simulated,
Reality Simulated,
and On Dreams,
On Dreams, and then The Darkness Dreaming.
and The Darkness Dreaming.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
I will spend some time studying these. I don't know if you need to go back to your classes just yet, but it might be a good idea even if your friend is not coming back to school, that at least you and yours, you three speak with the headmaster to get
Real quick, can I get an insight check when he is mentioning your friend Dominique? How much does he know about what's happened with her?
everything you told him.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. The only reason I mention is because before we even told him the story, he was already like,
oh yes, he did have something some knowledge was in his head about something going on with Dominique before you mentioned anything to him. That is absolutely true.
okay. Then I'll just outright ask, so what did you know about what was going on with Dominique before we arrived?
That the headmaster said that he needed to speak with her when she got back, and that he figured, since I'd been involved in your quest, as he called it, that it would be best that I knew that so that I could communicate it to you.
Okay.
Something about he said he had papers for her to sign. I don't know.
Oh,
Okay. We'll swing on by and let him know.
Okay.
Is there anyone else you would suggest we speak with, especially when it comes to figuring out how to track down these other books?
if you're looking for a good tracker, the only one I know of, the best tracker we have is the Professor Blackwood. She has the most contacts in the world, and between her and the fencing instructor, I think you've got basically all of the possible contacts that are possible.
Okay.
And I
Oh.
hate to say it, but oftentimes I learned that the Lazare de la Fontaine has surprising amounts of knowledge about things he should have no knowledge of. So,
True, but his price is
yes, yes, absolutely, yes. But you're asking, I'm trying to be comprehensive in my answer. That's
fair.
what I know.
Well, let us go talk. Unless either of you have any other questions or concerns, we should go talk to the headmaster and talk to whoever else we need to talk to.
Nope,
Yes,
I'm gonna swing
totally.
by what's his face's office, and then I'll catch up.
You talking about Roland?
No, my professor.
Ah, Thaddeus.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, because you're his unpaid intern and you've been gone for a
I
while.
I have. So I feel like I should probably check up on, see if he needs me to copy anything while I'm sailing or something, I guess. I was fine with being his unpaid intern until we acquired a ship.
Until we suddenly became the saviors of the universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me put you in his. Well, you know what? Let's put you in his classroom.
How dare you start your own life?
I know, right? How dare I want to tell my own story?
The audacity.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Dominique appears on all of these maps, even though she's not with us.
I've been removing it as I see it, but yes,
It's just funny to me, is it like Dominique is always with us. Always.
If only
feels
in
like she's
spirit.
It feels like she's right there.
Right? I can still hear her voice. So yeah, I guess as we make our way to the as we all make our way to the headmaster's office, I'm just gonna swing to Professor Thaddeus's office, our classroom, and be like, "Hey, I'm back."
Yes, hello. No, wait, that's not his voice. Let's get
More
there.
haughtier.
Oh, great Scott! It's wow. I hadn't expected you to be back at all. I thought you were dead.
No, we're more capable than that.
Well, you know, sure. It's did you need something? I'm sorry, I've already replaced you.
Oh, with who?
Well, God, I don't remember her name. One of the lesser achieving students needed some extra credit, so
Oh,
I just have her ferry scrolls back and forth from the library and so on.
Well, honestly, if that's what I would have been doing had I not acquired a ship and sailed off to do cooler things, then I don't think I would have been very fulfilled in my academic career.
I'm going to try not to take that as an insult. So
It wasn't meant as one. I would have. Oh no, actually, I could see how it was meant as one. I apologize.
did you need something? Or?
No, I was fulfilling the terms that I set out with you at the beginning of this before I acquired a ship and sailed off to do more exciting things. Now that I know you've replaced me, is there anything that you need from me before I continue to do that?
Sorry, your name was
Esequa.
right. No.
This conversation is so catty, it's giving me life.
Her time at sea has made her somewhat more confident.
Good.
I'm so happy with this.
Well, good luck. And if I see your new intern, I assume she will have a arms full of scrolls as she walks back and forth. I will give her all the good luck.
Good. Sorry, I'm a little bit busy here. So
Actually, can I kind of peek over and see what he's doing?
sure, he is working on a way to upcast spells that aren't normally able to be upcasted.
Ooh, that's fun. Actually, I might be back because I see what you're working on there, and I've been kind of thinking about the same thing. I might have some ideas based on that. You know what? You're an archmage. If I have ideas, I'm pretty sure you'll have thought of them already, but I'm going to come back and tell you. Okay? I did enjoy your classes.
Oh, excellent. Well, you're still technically enrolled in my classes, so if you
Yes,
get
I
an
know.
opportunity to, whenever you're done playing hooky, just let me know.
It won't take me long to catch up. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
And then I'll go catch up. The conversation took a lot. It didn't take as much time as I thought it would.
I feel like Riv and I are just standing outside the door waiting at this point, and when you come back out, well, how did that go?
I've been replaced. I'm fine with it. This was his internship was incredibly menial. I'm so glad we found a ship.
Okay. I'm happy for you. I'm a little disappointed in him, but you know what? That's something that we don't have to worry about anymore. To the headmaster?
To the headmaster. I mean,
To
I
the
figure
headmaster.
if he needs somebody to do something as incredibly important as take scrolls from his office to the library, then I don't think I'm cut out for that kind of work.
No, I think you've got more important things on your plate.
Yeah. To the headmaster.
Let's move you guys over here. I realize for some reason, and I don't know if this was happening on your end or not, but for some reason the Roll20 was bugged out and showing I had 0 tracks at all, so no music was playing when I was moving the maps around.
Weird.
But when I refreshed, now they're all back.
Hey!
So I don't know if they were playing for you guys in the first place, but they should be now.
Yes, they were
for me.
playing.
I've
Okay,
been
perfect.
dancing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I relogged and it was just playing the tropical theme from the beach when it should have been playing some of the various school ones. So I was like, well, what's going on here?
No, we had the right music, I think.
Perfect. Well,
They just wanted you to be on the beach forever.
Exactly.
and now we are in the headmaster's office.
Yay! Arrive, close the door, walk on in.
Hello.
Ah, the troublemakers. I like it. So,
That's not what we're called.
right, you went with the
Secondhand
souls?
souls.
Right. Yes, secondhand souls.
I-
Where's your friend? I got a message from her father saying he was going to pay for the rest of her semester or year, either or, but that she was a fraud and I needed to change the name on the paperwork.
Wait, that he was going to go ahead and finish payments, but that she is a fraud.
Yes, something along the lines of, was it? He said good on her. I
She's
don't-
still on the ship. And you very clearly see Ferlos, like, the frown is back.
Right. Okay.
He's
well,
like, I respect it, but
Lauren loves it. Ferlos is like, I am fighting
You bullshitted me. I'll educate you.
fair play. Fair play. Here's the money. Stop using my daughter's name.
Also, yes,
Um,
it's something. It's something. Well, he also
You
said
are a
it was the
worthy
last-
opponent.
It's the last
Therefore-
year. He said it was the last year. He'd already paid for the last 3. Might as well someone get some benefit out of it. It's a whole thing. Regardless, I will need a different name for the. Do you know what her actual name is, or should I just? I mean, I'd rather just speak with her, but.
You should probably join us or go yourself to the ship to speak to her directly on that.
I could do that. I could do that right now. Yeah, no. You know what? I actually do have some time in between. Yes, that should be good. I was going to assist Miss Professor Rosenthal with she wanted to do monologues and and I was going to act as the villain and do a monologue, and then giving good opportunities to both interrupt the monologue and attack without disrupting the flow of like the
Also monologuing and you.
yes, sort of, yes.
Like villainous monologuing.
Yes.
I want to attend this class.
I
No,
love
I
giving
really
a
want to
good
go.
I love giving a good villainous monologue, but I have some time before I need to make my big entrance. So
Okay, so this is a theatrical thing, not a reality thing.
no, of course it's reality. You've never had that happen to you
It's
before?
for when villains are monologuing.
Yes. You want to
Yeah,
interrupt
that-
at the
When
right
the
moment.
opportune time to attack is if they're
Exactly.
giving a monologue.
Yes, you want to
Maybe
interrupt, but
Explaining their
not
dastardly plans.
right.
and
You want to interrupt, but not interrupt.
I've
Exactly.
always wanted to interrupt as quickly as possible so they are thrown off of their guard while they are in the middle of attacking or talking, and then I can attack and put my hammer in their face.
Well, that's just boring. But all right. Anyway,
But I am alive and they are not. But yes, we should go to the ship to see Dominique. Find out what she wants to call herself now.
let me. I'll meet you there. I'll just need to gather up these. God, I'm getting so many accents mixed up now. I'll meet you there. I'll just get all of this paperwork together. It's going to take me a moment.
Okay.
Was there anything else we needed to talk to
That's a
Marlo
good
about?
question.
I don't think so. He doesn't want to know anything about what we left for, so
True.
there's nothing to do with that.
Just so you know, we have to talk to a couple of people here, and then we will be leaving again continuing on our journeys.
Playing
Excellent.
hooky, as
That's-
Professor Thaddeus likes to say.
We
Ah,
had
yes. He was extremely angry when I told him you had to have an A for every class that you missed.
What?
we had permission to go.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Wait, so he was upset that I had to have an A? Like he had to give me an A?
Yes. He felt that it was that you should have to work more towards it. And I told him that you were working for it. You were going on adventures. That's the whole point of the school.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty sure that what is it? Field knowledge. I'm beginning
better.
to
Field study.
Field study is so much better.
Way better.
You know what? Maybe I'll just take his exam at the end of the year anyway,
That's
ace
it.
it, and see, and prove to him that I can do just as well as anybody who's.
We certainly deserve a fieldwork term.
Absolutely.
Credit.
If you spend the rest of the entire, I hope you don't. By the way, we have some really fun things coming up. But if you spend the entire rest of the semester and year out there doing adventures of your own, and you come back, as long as you can tell me the stories of it, and we can catalog it in as educational and go. You need to be semi-successful, not fully successful, but semi-successful. You're new at adventuring. That's fine. But
Yeah.
yes, as long as we can catalog it properly, you're going to get full credit for it. I will say, speaking of things that I wanted to talk to you about, Essequa,
Yes.
I believe, I don't remember the name. I'm very bad with names. But you're, the person who introduced you to the school is,
Thorin.
I believe, Thorin. Yes. He has sent a missive. Apparently, there is a nascent in Arrington and Königsfeld, a nascent sort of entertainment industry that is popping up, and we had a school play scheduled for this year. He, especially given the magical nature of our school, was planning on coming in a couple of months, perhaps earlier. It depends on when we get everything together. We've still got to pick up the script. We were thinking of doing Hamlet, but what they wanted to do was a play, and then record it with illusion magic that could then be distributed to other theaters in the world.
We're getting a pro shot?
Yeah, he's calling it a moving picture.
Oh.
Disney Plus is coming. This is great. Can we get
Um,
Lin-Manuel
Pro
Miranda
shot,
on the
pro
line?
shot,
Can we
pro
get-
shot,
Right.
pro
I'm just like,
shot.
pro shots, no more slime tutorials.
Yes.
He says that that there is a potential for.
Wait, what is? I'm sorry to interrupt, Sim, but what is Hamlet's slime tutorial name?
Oh.
I mean, is it something? It's got a sad Danish prince, emo
Yeah. No.
prince.
You know
Sad
what? Let's
Danish
offline that and
prince.
come back with
Okay.
it next week
I-
and maybe a couple more.
I would try
maybe
to come.
you know what? You know what? Maybe we just go with breakfast play.
I would come at you with something clever, but I have no idea what any of you are talking about right now.
We'll fill
sorry,
you
for,
in
for those who are
afterwards.
not in the loop on this stuff. If Broadway nerds upload bootleg performances that of shows that aren't recorded in pro shots, and call them slime tutorials, and they're uploaded under code
Oh.
names.
So
that
they don't get
are-
taken down.
So they don't get taken down under like
Hold on. I'm
creative
gonna
code names.
No, I got
I'm
you now.
gonna-
Yeah.
look one up and put it in chat so that people can see what it's called.
Yeah.
They're wonderful and very
They're
creative
so
and
good.
hilarious.
But yeah,
Um,
see, your
But
friend,
it's a whole subculture of Broadway nerds who
your friend said that. Oh God, what was it? The play's the thing. He said it was very important, and that we would be able to make maybe fund the entire school off of these distribution of these school plays. So
Interesting. So do you need me to like go see him and talk to him about it, or
no,
go to?
he wanted you to be to be one of the to act in it. He said that you were a brilliant actor.
Did he say that?
Yes.
Hmm. I mean, I'd be interested. Plays are cool.
Well, if that's the case, we can hold off until you get back from whatever major adventures you have. But I'm going to begin preparing, getting the rights to the script, and it's a whole. There's a production before the production, and we'll work on that. And then when you get back, we can maybe begin rehearsals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. I need to get these papers together.
Yeah, we'll meet you at the ship.
Meet you at the ship. When we get outside of the door, I'm gonna turn to Essequa. Are you okay?
Yeah? I mean, I was expecting a missive from Soren to be more about me or him and not about plays.
I guess in a way it was about you if he wanted you to be in it.
Yeah, I guess. It's just not what I thought a letter from him would entail. That's all. So I'm a little disappointed about that, but I guess being in a play would be cool. I don't know how I feel about that yet. I mean, I guess it would be cool.
He's never really talked to you about like the entertainment side of being a blade singer, which is there is some element to that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I need you to understand that that connection just made sense to me. Of course, it's because I'm a blade singer. I'm gonna. Essequa hasn't made that connection yet, though.
That's fair. He hasn't really talked a whole lot about it, but you know that it's a thing. Like he likes. It's a hobby for him, but he is an actor.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
You know, Essequa always struck me as the most wizardy blade singer. Like a wizard. Who just happens to be a blade singer, but who is a wizard, so it totally makes sense.
Like my mind is like internally I'm like, okay, yes, I do sword things, but also my spells are tactical. I am a tactician,
Yeah.
not a performer.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
But you do have the performance. You have the performance.
I do actually. I did
proficiency.
take performance proficiency. So there's
You didn't take it. Blade singers get it automatically.
that's
I'm pretty sure.
right.
Yeah.
No, there's something in that though.
But yeah, so you guys were still talking, I think, on the way out. I don't know.
Is there any... Who else should we go talk to while we're on our way to the ship because I will be honest, I would like to be there when Marlowe and a friend decide to decide on a name.
Well, do we want to go there now and then wait until this is all resolved to talk to everybody? Because I just realized we gave Professor Whitaker Professor Gearsmith's book. So we don't have it to reference for when we actually talk to Professor Gearsmith. If that was a thing we wanted to do.
I honestly don't remember, but you know what? If it was his book, I'm sure you would remember what he wrote, right? So we should still be able to
So-
reference it.
Gearsmith's
true.
book was a brief history, old universe. Talks about the possible paradox of a universe that's apparently infinite in age and size, but a world that is at most 40,000 years old. So it
I've
just-
forgotten. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I've forgotten what exactly we wanted to talk to them about.
Me too.
The only thing that's on my mind was to talk to Blackwood about potential ways of finding the other books that we're looking for. But that's just me not being able to remember and having bad notes.
I will say, and this is not to move you in one way or the other, if you guys do decide to go somewhere else in the school right now, then Marlowe probably will meet with Dominique alone, timing wise.
I'll ask Goblin real quick. Do you want to meet with Marlowe alone?
Oh.
One moment. She might be muted.
I thought I was muted and I wasn't.
You were not, yeah.
Okay.
I've gone full circle.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys can be there. I think at this
Okay.
point she's not going to object to whatever Ferlos needs to be comfortable. So yeah, I think it would make sense for y'all to be there.
Okay. If that's the case, then Ferlos would probably recommend we head back to the boat first, and then we can always, if y'all are okay with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally fine with it.
All right, let's move you guys to the boat then.
Let's go to the boat.
To the boat. To the boat. To
Is
the
it
boat.
still there?
The boat
It's surrounded by dwarves.
Fro and Dominique have absconded.
I mean,
We've
she
run
has been
away.
hitting on
We're
him.
married now.
I actually legitimately was going to ask how flirty, because it's just you and Fro right now. How flirty you
she's
would
flirting.
be. Okay.
Oh my
fair
god,
Yeah.
I forgot. We left him unattended.
enough. We don't have to
He
play
is a-
through that, but
He is oblivious enough to not realize that
And-
there's flirting going on.
She actually has him helping her do some stuff to alter her appearance too.
gotcha. All right,
Hmm.
fair enough. So you guys make it down to the docks here, and the headmaster is only a little bit behind you by the time you get here. He catches up, and let me grab his token real quick. Sorry, I should have grabbed it before I moved off the map. There you are. Dominique, what do you do as you see this little imp floating behind them with his coffee cup in hand?
Oh shit. And she'll turn to I guess Fro's the only other person on the ship with her.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna go hide. You let me know when they're gone. And I will go hide.
Fair enough. Rest of the party gets here.
Everything
Um,
okay?
Yeah, I think everything's fine. What's going on?
The headmaster needs to talk to Dominique.
Ah, she is not here right now.
Yes, I can see that. Where is she?
He's the worst liar
He
ever.
is so bad. He's so bad.
Not here.
He's worse than I
He
am because he
is.
actually tries. Where did she go?
She went to
he knows that she's not who she says she is.
Oh, okay. She's down below.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the try.
Yeah. Oof.
Was it really that hard, bro?
Look, I'm very good at persuading people of things. I'm very good at if I can bend it around to a half truth, then that's great. But I'm not very good at coming up with a lie on the fly.
That's a great ship name.
A
Lie
lie
on the-
on the
The lie on the
fly.
Lie on
That
the
is
fly.
a great
Only-
That actually
name.
is. That's a
Only
really
if it's
good
an
ship
airship.
So good.
Well, then
So
couldn't you
good.
just call the ship the Lie?
name.
The lie is on the fly.
The lie is on the fly.
I
The
love
lie on the fly
everything.
is in the air. Yeah,
You just set it to on the fly, and then
there you go.
So Marlo is going to start to move in the
it's
direction
the
of down.
dial is lie and fly.
Oh, okay. Yes, I will.
Okay, my brain. Sorry, audience. My brain is just very tired today, and
Yeah.
not. It,
Let me say this real
It's
quick.
okay.
So Marlo
Yeah.
is going to start moving towards the lower deck, like to get to the stairs down. However, something's going to catch his eye in the distance, and I'd say Ferlos, you have pretty good. Let me double check everybody's passive perceptions. Right. Ferlos alone, because Dominique is below decks, so she wouldn't see it. Ferlos, you and Marlo notice a Silverside ship in the distance that is rapidly closing on your location. And you hear Marlo go, "Oh, son of a bitch."
Friends
And
of
that's
yours.
where we're going to end our session.
No!
I want to know who's on the ship.
It is flying a dwarven flag.
That's what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Iron.
Yay.
I'm making these notes. I'm trying to be better about the notes.
I call them Silversides. They're mithril on
Yeah.
the sides.
And they don't play Quincy Jones as they approach us.
Mm.
Which is
All
a
right, well-
travesty, frankly.
Let's do credits real quick. Cartography by Shane Peku. Cartography by Shane Peku Sci-Fi. Maps by Luke Stratton. Maps by Eightfold Paper. Music by Tabletop Audio. Character tokens by Greek46. Custom tokens by Shane Peku Tokens. Overlay art by Pack Stream. Custom world map by Freckles Sketches. Moderators, thank you very much, Billith and Strike Red Kite. Before I pass it off to everybody else to talk about what they got going on, I have a game on Start Playing that still has I believe it has 3 slots left. If you'd like, there's a command. What is it?
It's in chat already.
Oh, perfect. If you guys would like, it's going to be Friday nights at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you're available and that sounds like something you want to do, it's in this game world, and it's set atop a formerly mountaintop town that the people inside decided to steal rather than join the Dwarven military for the war that's coming up. They flew it away, and now it's going all over the world.
Nice.
Call it the campaign so far is called the Sky Eyes City. If you'd like to get involved, click that link.
Yeah.
I will say, as someone who's playing in 2 games that Sim is running, so good. So good.
Dominique, what you got going on?
Oh, hello. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. 'Tis I, Katie / Goblin Katie. I am doing this stream, and I am now occasionally popping on my own channel, Goblin Katie, and doing stuff randomly. There is no set schedule. It's just whenever I feel like it. So you might as well turn on alerts so you know when it's happening. I do post on my socials as well. You can follow me on all the socials at Goblin Katie. And I'm nominated for an award. And I got nominated for a community champion from the Gamer Awards. And it's basically for people who do like behind the scenes stuff and try to build open and happy communities. So if you're so inclined, you can find the information on my socials, and it would be awesome if you went and voted for folks in all categories because there are some absolutely wonderful, wonderful people in there that have been nominated who everybody deserves the recognition, but there are some folks that I'm like, please win. So head to my socials. You'll find the post there. And yes, that's me. Now stop looking at me.
I mean, if you insist. Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. She, her. You can find me on my website, lauren-urban.com. Just go to the front page. You'll see all the fun stuff that I'm doing. I'll give the really quick rundown. On Tuesdays, I'm in a Humblewood game on the Phoenix Iwaki channel where we're coming to the end of our big giant campaign to save the world. I'm doing a lot of world saving, like you do in a TTRPG. On Fridays, I'm on Shadows Over Baldur's Gate on the Crit Hit Chronicles channel where I'm playing a Dragonborn who is a problem for everybody. You have those moments in where you ask everybody, all your fellow players in a backstage chat, hey, are you okay if I make a really bad decision right now? And everyone goes, go for it. And then you make that really bad decision. That happened last week. So yeah, I'm excited. And then on Sundays, right before this game, you can find me on the Dungeon Scrollers channel playing through Baldur's Gate 3 as Orkira. So yes, we are in Act 3. We have just gotten to actually Baldur's Gate. And yeah, things are going along swimmingly. And hopefully, they're not up just yet, but at 6 o'clock, so like in 6 minutes on Dungeon Scrollers, they're going to be starting up again. It's going to be Aaron and Trevor playing Inscription, and hopefully
We
we
will be
raid into
rating them.
Yes, so please stick around for that because they are wonderful people and Inscription is wild and real cool and you should definitely watch. And thank you very much.
If we're not up by the time, if they're not up by the time we close out, we'll just let it run a little bit longer. So that the raid
Looks
thing
like
still
it
works.
is up right now.
Perfect.
Yay!
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
At least there's an ad running, so I'm guessing that's them. Oh yeah, they're at an ad break. They'll be back in 16 seconds, so we're good.
Perfect.
Hello, I am Jen Kretschmer. You can find me on the interwebs as @DreamWisp, and dreamwisp.bski.social. And sometimes DreamWisp Jen streaming here on Twitch. I don't have anything exciting to report, I don't think. So yeah. That's it.
Oh. No,
You're just a cool
that's your
person.
stream replaying, so they're not live yet. Sorry.
Hello. I'm me. Hello, I'm Latia Jaquise. You can find me at latiajaquise.com on Blue Sky and also latiajaquise.com, my website. It is February now, so I'll be talking about this for the next couple of weeks, but on Friday, February 28th, I will be appearing on twitch.tv/badhouserpg in a fun liminal horror game for their celebration of Grindhouse happening throughout the month.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
Grindhouse is really fun. It's you take
Yeah.
social problems and you literally cut them with a chainsaw. It's
Exactly.
spectacular.
It's fun. Every Friday they're going to have a different sort of grindhousey game going on, and ours is on the last Friday of the February. So it's going to be a really good time. If you don't have anything going on Fridays, go check out all the games because they sound really, really cool, and I will be popping in to watch them because I'm not real big on Grindhouse as a visual medium, but as told through TTRPGs, maybe.
Yeah. I get that. I'm not usually a horror person, but all of the horror games that I have played have been super fun. So there's something about having that agency that is better.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I don't have agency in the game, it's a false agency and it's okay. I'll stop.
If that's everybody, I think we are good to go. So I don't really have an outro yet, so try not to die. And we will see you next week.